what is the hang up here? This is a clear liability case. My lady was sitting there still at a stoplight and she gets rear-ended. Well, she's contributory negligent. How? Help me understand this. She shouldn't have been there. What do you mean she shouldn't have been there? Well, she had never left home that day. She would not have been at that intersection. She couldn't have been hit. I'm sorry. Hey folks, Erik Heninger here again, answering some questions that y'all have shared with me and just want some insight into what the real life practice of law looks like sometimes. So one of the questions that I've gotten is, what are some of the craziest excuses that we see from insurance companies, and what we think is crazy, but is really, really very common? I'm gonna give you a really easy one, but this is probably a little unique to Alabama and maybe one other state that has something called contributory negligence. I know we don't like to use big legal words here, but this is what that means. In Alabama, contributory negligence means if you are at all at fault for your injuries, technically you can't recover. The other party could be 99% responsible for causing a wreck, but if you're 1% responsible, the law says you can't recover. Really hard to parse out what that means and what percentage is enough and what isn't. We don't even have percentages in Alabama. So what we see routinely is the insurance companies say, just as a matter of fact, well, you're contributory negligent. Like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. So where I see this most often, and I've actually had this happen with an adjuster that I had a very frank discussion with, is a rear end collision. My client, an older lady driving one of those old Buicks, was sitting at a stoplight that was red, waiting for it to change. She had nobody in front of her, but it was clearly red. The defendant, the one who caused the wreck, says, no, it was red. There were other cars crossing the intersection because those other cars had the green light. So I get the case, and she's hurt. I mean, she had to have surgery on her neck because of this wreck. So I'm talking to the insurance adjuster, and I'm thinking, well, I'm asking, what is the hang up here? This is a clear liability case. My lady was sitting there still at a stoplight, and she gets rear-ended. Well, she's contributory negligent. How? Help me understand this. She shouldn't have been there. What do you mean she shouldn't have been there? Well, she had never left home that day. She would not have been at that intersection. She couldn't have been hit. I'm sorry? No. She was sitting at that light. So it doesn't matter who's at that light. If they're there, they are potentially contributory negligent. That's right. We're not going to pay this. Okay. It's really nice talking to you. Went ahead and filed suit, and after we filed suit, I think we settled that case 2 weeks later once a lawyer got the file and went, that is not what contributory negligence is in the state of Alabama. So you'd be surprised how often people are hit from the rear, or there's a head-on collision in the wrong lane, or the other driver is drunk and hits somebody just by the fact that you were in Alabama. Apparently, with most insurance companies, you are contributory negligent, according to those companies. So I want to go back to a couple episodes where I talk about why you may want a lawyer in Alabama. That's why you may want a lawyer, because every single time they're going to blame you for breathing and being responsible for whatever has happened to you. So I'm sorry to tell you that it's a little bit bad news, what we deal with routinely here in the state, but I hope that helps you. It probably frustrates you like it frustrates me, but I'm used to it at this point. So appreciate you tuning in. If you found this entertaining, or if you didn't find it entertaining but want to hear more, please subscribe, because we're going to have some more stories coming at you. Thanks again. Have a good rest of your week.